Well, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for a partnership between ICON CDC and the Greater San Fernando Valley Chamber. We coordinated this webinar about TikTok for small businesses today. ICON CDC offers free business services like access to capital and help with licensing and permits, as well as a lot of really great workshops. So we're really glad to be able to partner with them today. And today's presenter is Frank Cepeda from El Clasificado. And with nearly 2 decades of experience, Frank Cepeda is a leader in the world of digital marketing, multicultural marketing, and diversity and inclusion initiatives. Currently serving as the Director of Marketing at EC Hispanic Media, Frank works daily to ensure your campaigns reach the most precise and engaging audience as possible. Before arriving at EC Hispanic Media, Frank worked at Tribune Company and the NFL. So we're excited to hear from him today. I know TikTok's a hot topic. So Frank, take it away.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the introduction. Thank you to the ICON as well, too, and the San Fernando Greater Valley Chamber of Commerce. You guys do great work, so thank you for that. And welcome, everybody, and thank you. Thank you for, what's that?
Oh, I think it was someone would just have their sound on.
Oh, okay. So, before we get started, I just wanted to ask, maybe a couple of questions. How many of you are using TikTok right now, or have started or thinking about starting it?
Like for their businesses or personally?
For either or, I mean, because I know sometimes we do kind of start off in the personal, we kind of, look around and see what's going on in there. You can just do raise your hand there. So you got 1, 2, okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's good. And what kind of businesses do you have? If anybody wants to share, just because I can get a better idea of who the audience is, and we can kind of tailor, and I can mention some tips and topics about what you guys should be doing on TikTok.
Insurance agent.
Insurance agent. Okay.
I'm using it for cooking channel for my recipes.
Oh, so you're using it already? Okay, cool. How's it going with you? Is it success or?
Truthfully, I don't know. I just post the videos and.
Okay. No, that's good to know. So, okay. So perfect. Thank you for everybody for sharing that. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. So today's presentation is tailored around what we call achieving success on TikTok as a small business owner. We here at EC Hispanic Media became an official agency with TikTok earlier this year. So we do offer TikTok packages for small business owners. We primarily focus on the Hispanic market or Spanish-speaking market, but we do offer general market services as well. And like I said, this is primarily focused on funnels and how to achieve success using TikTok ads. But I will be covering a lot of the organic stuff, and I'll be turning off my video just so we can get the full screen and you guys won't be distracted. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So one of the things to remember about TikTok is your outreach, right? Your audience outreach will look different from previously. You got to prioritize your digital goals. And that's the main thing here is you need to, before you get started, like anything in life, you need to set goals. What do you want to do? Is it you want to achieve followers? Do you want to get more views? Do you want to get people to get to your website? Do you want your brand to get discovered? Do you want to drive website, traffic to your website? Whatever it is you need to do, that needs to be defined. That's your first step, is defining that. We here at El Clasificado for our brand, we're trying to get brand awareness and getting people to visit our website traffic. There's a lot of different ways that you can get conversions. And just to be 100% transparent, as a social media marketer, people that run social media paid ads, you don't necessarily need to have thousands and millions of followers to get conversions from TikTok. More than anything, it's your content, it's your offering. So you can achieve success, and I'll talk about that in this presentation. So brand introduction, so you can drive meaningful connections. So what are your business objectives? Is your business objective to introduce your brand and what you're about? Do you want to show your brand's personality? Are you going to demonstrate what your offerings are and its value? And that's one thing I think that TikTok has a little bit different than the other platforms, is that people are more likely to follow your business on TikTok if you're putting out good content and good offers and good tips. I know we've seen them all before, where somebody comes on the screen and they're like, hey, did you know Costco can give you a refund if it's been over a year? Like, those kind of videos are great. And I feel that's why when I heard people say they work in the financial industry, construction, whatever it is you work in, you can have success on TikTok by creating that type of content. But remember, it's all about the content. It's about, you know, what you're putting in that content, how you plan on making the user on TikTok life better. That's in all honesty what it comes down to. Your offers are great, but if you're consistently posting offers like, hey, hire me, I'm the best HVAC person in the Valley, you're not gonna go far on TikTok. You know, I think you'd switch up the plot, you know, just to give you an idea, is post something like what you should do to get your air conditioner unit ready for the summer, what you should do to get your heater ready for the winter. Those kind of things on TikTok work well. I know we've all seen them before. People say they can save you money on airline tickets and XYZ, same kind of thing. So at the bottom graphic you can see here is your customers experience the journey, right? So they're discovering things and exploring things on TikTok, and they're evaluating. And remember, real connections help drive sales down the road. What I mean by that is the more authentic you are on your videos, the more connected your audience will feel, and the more likely they are to buy from you. We were discussing before the presentation about how Gen Z and the younger generation are more likely to be appealed to a brand on TikTok because they feel it's a bit more authentic. Remember, TikTok also is a platform where you don't necessarily need to have this really nice, refined, high-end video where you may see on YouTube or you may see on Facebook because they're used to seeing these iPhone, Android type videos where it's not the highest of quality, but it's the content that you're delivering that matters the most to the user. So, so we're talking about campaigns. So what I wanted to talk about is this is an advertising campaign, but this works the same for organic. So businesses, what you need to advertise for various reasons. So we all have different reasons why we want to advertise. Like you said, we want to set up your goals. One of the things we want to do is we want to push out a new product, right? We want to increase our brand awareness, or you want to drive repeat buyers to come back if you do in fact have audience already on TikTok, or if your audience is moving on to TikTok, you may want to let them know what's going on with your business. On a little side note, I would like to mention, in 2020, we saw a big shift where it wasn't so much that you needed to have social media. It was like a luxury, right? It was like, hey, you know what? My cousin's boyfriend or my neighbor is helping me run my Instagram and my Facebook. It's okay, right? But what happened March 12, 2020, the world shut down and a lot of businesses were hurt because they didn't have any digital presence. It wasn't just TikTok. If you didn't have a Google business profile, if you didn't have a website, if you didn't have a Facebook, if you didn't have an Instagram, you were hurt. So nowadays, social media, like a TikTok, like an Instagram and all the other platforms, are not a luxury anymore. They're a necessity. So, you need to have that platform to have your audience, even if it is you just posting news about your business, a video about where you're at. If you're at a chamber event, those do really well. Every time we attend a chamber event, whether it's San Fernando or down here in Norwalk where we're at, we post those and those do really well. You can post those short videos. Primarily try to keep them under 30 seconds. If you have more of a product video, you may want to keep it under a minute. But again, this is just like tips that I've seen work well. And again, don't be afraid to use your iPhone. Don't, if anything, I think the only thing you may want to invest in is going to Amazon and buying a microphone that you can connect to your iPhone, and that may help if you want to put that type of sound in there. If you don't want to use sound, or if you don't want to have your voice on there, you can pick one of the trending audios on TikTok, and I'll speak more about that in the presentation. So your potential customers need to be warmed up before they're ready to convert. So one of the things you need to do is make sure that your customer is aware and takes notice of your brand. So how do you do that? It's by creating engaging videos about your products or services. It could be a case study of somebody's already bought from you. It could be you at an event, but they need to be aware that you exist, aware of your product offering, and they also need to be aware of how your product is going to make their life easier and how you plan on solving the problems that they're having in their life right now. Let me just take a look in the chat, make sure we don't have any. Okay, yes, that's a good question, and I will touch on that later on in the presentation. But just to give you an idea, the demographic is changing rapidly. The last 2 years, there's been a huge increase in the demographic of the ages between 33 up to 54. TikTok has grown by 20% in that audience. So their audience now makes up about 34%. So 34% of those users are between the ages of 34 to 53. Those tend to be more of your buyers, your homeowners, the more serious people. We kind of saw that happen maybe 5 years ago with Facebook. People moved from Facebook to Instagram, and now we're seeing it happen with Instagram and TikTok. Doesn't necessarily mean they're leaving Instagram. It just means that they're also using TikTok and they're used to these short form videos. Okay, so moving down the funnel. So now that you've created this awareness of people knowing about your brand, you're creating your videos, this consideration, when the customer takes interest in your brand, again, this could be done by creating a video discussing, what your product offering is. Maybe you have an offer that day, that week, that month, whatever it is, make sure you get it out there. And conversion, I think that's the last step where the customer actually takes action. And this is where you need to have your TikTok profile lined up to where it's, you have a link on there and you want them to take action, what we spoke about on the first slide, where you setting up your goals. So you want to make sure that you're sending them to a page where they know what to do, where you're not confusing them, where you're telling them, hey, you can contact me. You can include your phone number. Two things about TikTok when you have a business page. In some industries, TikTok will not allow you to advertise as a business unless you have over 1,000 followers. TikTok has now, started to make regulations like Google to where if you work in a certain industry, you need to present a business license. That industry is like a locksmith, financial services, employment, and those kind of things. Just because when a platform grows the way TikTok is, you start to get a lot of scams. You start to get a lot of predators online. So TikTok is doing its best to protect its users by having businesses submit business verifications. That can be done fairly simple. It is a process, though, I'll be honest with you. Your best bet is to have an agency help you out, like the one that I work with. You can do it on your own. It may just take a little bit longer. You just have to go to TikTok, the business settings, and then you have to upload your business license, your business verification, your ID. And then once you hit those 1,000 followers, you'll be able to advertise. The reason why I think advertising is very important on TikTok is because organic content can only take you so far. Once you begin to advertise, you start to be able to reach more people that don't necessarily follow your page. And then you start to see these conversions come in. And the last step of this funnel is loyalty. So once a customer has purchased from you, yes? Oh, sorry. Okay, somebody has their microphone on. Okay, so and the last step is loyalty, right? Repeated action. You want people to come back to your page, or you want people to send you videos of the products and their services that you have offered to them, or if you sold to them and you want to show everybody that you're real and that you got good reviews and that kind of thing. So that's a pretty basic funnel. And I think most of you have probably already heard that. It works the same way on TikTok. It's just in a different manner with videos and everything else. So why do you want to build your audience first? You want to build awareness and affinity with your audience. You want to gain signals for better retargeting to drive conversions. Again, so when you're advertising, you're posting organically on TikTok. I know one of the biggest gripes that I have with a lot of the customers or people that are already using TikTok actively, like the gentleman just said earlier today, he said, we're posting the videos. We don't know if they're working. We don't know if they're being viewed, or if they're not being viewed. TikTok does allow you to then retarget people that have watch your videos. And I think that's why I kind of focus this presentation a little bit on the advertising, just because, if, we're all here, we're business owners, we're serious, we want to use this platform to our advantage. And if you're taking your time out already to post organically and post these videos, you've invested in your microphone and you've invested your time, you also want to get the maximum amount ROI for the time you're spending. So investing a little bit of money in advertising is okay. People ask me the budget, how much should they invest? I would say anywhere between $40 to $100 can really help you a week. That can really help you, looking at about $20 a day. You can do this on your own. You can hire an agency. The reason why I say that is because when you do that, you have all this ability to retarget people that have watched your videos. Sometimes somebody may have watched your video, they've watched it all the way through, and that's it, right? They leave. How do they take action? How do you want them to take action? Now you can do that because TikTok allows you to do that. You have a clear understanding of what their preferences are. There's a 30% more a higher rate for them to convert because they've already watched your video. So that's one of the things I would recommend if you're going to decide to post organically on TikTok and to see what works and what's not working. And I know one of the questions probably you're thinking to yourself, okay, what do I post on TikTok? I will be sharing with everybody a social media calendar, and I will be sharing with you some tips, what you can post on social media just to kind of get you started. I'll give you a calendar where you can kind of track what you're doing. Start it off organically. I'm covering the advertising part, what you can do when you already posted organically. When you posted a few videos, you've got some views. And believe me, if you do this organically, you're going to see a few hundred views right away, because that's just the way TikTok works. TikTok's going to present your organic content to a lot of different users. Again, my 2 cents is to try to keep those videos under 30 seconds. If you want to go up to a minute, that's fine, but make sure that the content, if you do for a minute, is engaging. Okay, so we're going to go talk about a little bbit more about a simple approach that works. So to reach as many potential new customers as possible is reach, right? So you want to be able to do that. And you want to invite them to learn more about your brand and your products and drive them to your website. So your advertising objective is going to be traffic, lead generation, and conversion. And the reason why I mention this is because I have a lot of business owners that talk to me and say, hey, you know what, that's cool and all, I get it. People are using TikTok, but how's it going to help my business? And that's what we're all here to learn today, right? How do we drive more customers from TikTok? I mean, that's fine and cool that you got these followers, that you're posting these videos, but how are we going to convert those customers, right? So, and this is one of the things, this is a really simple approach to do it. When you're advertising, you can expand your reach. Your objective would be to drive traffic, to lead generation. A lead generation type of advertising campaign is when you can get the customer's information directly off of TikTok and it goes directly to your inbox. What that looks like is, if people see your video and they click more information, then they fill out a form and that form goes directly to you. It's kind of similar to how your website works, except they do it on TikTok. And this is a way to maximize what you're posting on TikTok and maximize your dollars if you do decide to invest on TikTok. And again, what we talked about earlier, you can retarget people that have visited your website or engage with your TikTok videos. You can even convert them if you have an e-commerce site. We're speaking about this earlier before the presentation about how if you have an e-commerce site, you can definitely do a lot of really, really good things on TikTok to help people convert. We've all been on those e-commerce websites where we've added a cart, whether it be from Macy's or Nordstrom's, and you go back on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and then there's that product, right? The product that you didn't check out. TikTok has those same abilities, and it's really simple to connect those. When this presentation, I'll share with you some links how you can connect TikTok to your website, and how that's going to help you is when people visit your website, you can actually track them if they came from TikTok, and you'll get that analytic and data to make sure that what you're doing on TikTok is actually going to work for you too as well. Okay, so this is just a recommended plan that, again, we've worked with TikTok on creating this. So you want to create, phase one is you want to do your reach. Basically, you're going to start off by targeting everybody. The reason why you want to do that is because you want to find your ideal audience on TikTok. It is a very broad audience. So you want to figure out like who your users are. A lot of you may already have your users. And I would recommend if you have an email list right now of your customers, and I'm sure many of you do, whether you've collected invoices or you collected from events or you collected from your website, use that to your advantage. That's one of the biggest things that I tell customers. If you have that list, take that list, put it into Excel, upload it to TikTok, and you can literally post those videos and send those out to your existing customers. If not, if your customers aren't on TikTok, then guess what? You can create a lookalike audience. What does that mean? You take that audience, let's say, for instance, I'm your customers, and you say, hey, Frank, he was a good customer of ours. How do I find more Franks? You upload my information and you tell TikTok, find more users like Frank, show them my videos, and TikTok will do just that. And that's the best way to get around this new data privacy laws that we've had implemented in the last 4 years in digital marketing, when you can't retarget people based on buying habits and whatnot. So we're very limited now in the digital marketing world. But if you have that data, that's what we call in the marketing world first party data. So you may want to remember that, because as you're scaling and growing your business, if you're not collecting emails, you should start doing it now, because that's going to help you later on when you open up these platforms like a TikTok, like an Instagram, like a Facebook. When you start to use these platforms a bit more, then you're going to want to have that data so you can target those users, find users that are similar to the users that have already bought and purchased from you and have had success. So that's your phase one. You kind of want to capture their attention in the first 2 to 3 seconds. How do you do that? You know, you got to demonstrate your product creativity, develop a strong visual about your brand using similar colors, logos, so people can recognize your product and your content. And then you move on to phase two, which is traffic. So now that they've seen your video, people, you know, they warmed up. They said, okay, like I want to go to his website. I want to get more information. So you got to stay broad. You know, like I said, try the lookalike audience to find people similar to those who have interacted with you or purchased you before. Include calls to action. I can't stress this enough. If you're creating videos on TikTok and you're not telling people what to do, you're just going to get views on TikTok. You're going to be stuck. You're going to call me in a few weeks and say, hey, Frank, my video got 100,000 views. And I've had customers have this before where they've had 57,000 views, 100,000 views in a few weeks. And they're like, hey, but, you know, nobody's called me. Nobody visited my website. And I said, okay, what exactly did your video look like? And he's like, oh, it's just me, you know, making tacos. And I was like, okay, cool. But what did you say in the video? He said, oh, I just showed them how to make tacos. And I was like, okay, did you tell them, visit my YouTube channel, visit my website, call me for more information? You have to be really clear. You have to guide your users and they will follow. Especially this younger generation, they want to know more information. They're watching your video and they say, okay, cool. Does he have a YouTube channel? Does he have a website where I can get more information? Does he cater? How do I know this information? If that's what you want to achieve, if you want to get phone calls, if you want to get website traffic, make sure you mention that in your video. You have to be clear. This is, again, organically and paid. That's a very good question, John. Is TikTok going to be around for the foreseeable future? Yes, I don't know. I wish I did know. I know Montana has already banned it, and I know they have a headquarters out here in Los Angeles, and I think that they're really pushing to try to be as transparent as they can with the U.S. government, because there has been a huge increase in the last 3 years of the users here in the US. Just a little sidetrack note here before we go to the next slide. TikTok used to be a music platform called Musical.ly. It basically was a karaoke type of app where you would record yourself singing and try to match up to the words, and then you would upload that, and it was called Musical.ly. It would be like something where music artists would put their songs out and people would try to sing along to them. They went through this rebrand phase where they switched their name to TikTok, and the music videos continued. Then it kind of started off as a dancing kind of, challenge type of platform. And then it shifted over to where you see all these corporate brands. Some of the brands that I would invite you to check out is probably brands you wouldn't think are having success on TikTok, and they are. Walmart is a big one. Walmart takes part in a lot of good challenges. Another one is Indeed. Indeed does a really good job. And there's a lot of other corporate companies that are doing it now. TikTok's even including a job aspect in there. So if you're in the recruiting business, TikTok does have a tab now where you can search for jobs in TikTok. Again, the younger generation uses TikTok like they use Google. And I'll share some information about buying journeys and how people use TikTok at the end of the presentation. But yeah, John, sorry, I can't answer that question. I do think that it will be around. I would like to believe so, because they've invested so much in the users here in the US and how many people use it. But then again, I don't know, but I hope it is. Okay, so acquiring customers from TikTok. So we started by casting a wide net. We targeted broad demographics or interests. And so now it's, we have our creative, so you want to capture their attention again, 2 or 3 seconds. And this is kind of like when you've already narrowed it down, right? You've already got your 2 audiences that are working. First phase, you want to continue to keep broad. You want to create some newer videos. You want to maybe introduce them to now, not just the product, but maybe talk a little bit about the pricing, talk a little bit, maybe highlight a case study, how your product has bettered another customer's life and whatnot. And then you got phase 2, which is the conversion phase. And that is when you want to be really clear about what you want people to do. You may want to provide a coupon code. You may want to say something like, we have a May special that ends at the end of this month, but you want to ensure that these are leading to a landing page where they can take action. People do buy from TikTok, and I'll share more data on that too as well. So by this time, you've already been 1 to 2 into your advertising approach or organic approach. Again, these work on the advertising side and on the organic side. Organic side may take you a little bit longer, where you're looking at the timeline at the bottom. On the advertising side, that may take 1 to 2 weeks. On the organic side, if you're just posting organic videos and you follow these steps, you may be looking at more of a window of like 4 to 6 weeks, just because organic reach is a little bit more limited than it is on the paid side. When you do invest, even if it is, $40, $60 a week, you will see a bigger increase in the reach. You will see more views. You will see your followers increase. But again, that's just, if you decide to take that route, you can still have success by doing organically. So building your audience approach, again, driving awareness and consideration for your product. You do want to stay similar. Phase 1, again, starting broad, doing your DMAs, whether it's Los Angeles, demographics, whatever it is. If you don't have your demographics as to who your ideal customer is, now might be a good time. And I know I may be talking a lot of marketing lingo that maybe you may not have heard of, but I always tell small business owners, if you're going to use social media, make sure you're using it to garner ROI. Everybody's so used to nowadays to communicating people with social media, to going on Yelp, to finding their lunch, to going on Instagram and surfing and searching for a product. Same thing they do on TikTok. If you're going to be doing that, make sure that you know these type of terms for in the marketing world, because you're a business marketer. You're a small business owner and you're doing marketing. You want to know how it's working. If it's not working, should you invest more time in what platform and whatnot? Because that's the kind of world we live in. Maybe 25 years ago, you were doing more newspaper ads, and you would know, right? Because you would get calls. Maybe you were doing flyers, and that would work too as well. So this is the same kind of approach. And you want to know what's working, and how you're going to do that is by knowing what audience you want to target. TikTok allows you to do that. You can use hashtags. You can do a number of different things to target those people. Okay, so I wanted to highlight just a quick case study on a campaign that we helped TikTok with. So the objective of Habit is to create. They were a new beauty realtor that was, they have a broad spectrum of different, sunscreen and whatnot. So the problem they had is they started their TikTok journey with a conversion campaign, optimizing towards completing purchases, but quickly they realized that because they were a newer brand, like most of us are to TikTok, that they needed to start building their audience with TikTok first. So after seeing a strong organic growth, which is why I say you can start organically on TikTok to build up their content, then they saw the opportunity to bridge their paid ads with an organic strategy. So again, it's kind of like what I was talking about earlier. Build up your organic strategy, have your calls to action. You want to have a social media calendar, which I will share with you so you can create one. And I'll get into that too as well, how you can create that social media calendar, what you should be posting, what you shouldn't be posting, and how that's going to help you. Okay, so here are the results. So Habit completely sold out of their product after using one of TikTok's newest features. One of the newest features is that because they were a new brand, they optimized towards the purchase event created to create a too narrow of an audience. They kept the conversion campaign, but changed the optimization to page view. So basically, they knew what they were targeting. And like I said before, they were targeting too specific. They wanted to get people to convert, and they were trying to get people that already have added to cart to their product, right? But what happens is a consumer nowadays, they'll go to your site, they won't necessarily go and add the product, right? But because they went to your site, that means that they showed interest. Same thing with you. If you know that people have watched your video, there's interest there. So you can push them down with an ad to help them convert. And the reason why I continue to push the advertising side is because that's the number one way you're going to get people to convert. You can continue to post organically, but that's going to be a longer journey for the customer. If you're posting and you couple that with an ad, TikTok will work in a way when the algorithm will continue to show people your ad to help them convert. They know who converts. The way these algorithms work, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, is they know who's likely to buy online, who's likely to call you online, and they will show your ad to that person. To give you an example, if they know myself, Frank, okay, we know Frank has bought, sunscreen before, show him the ad. If they know Luis, he's likely to watch the video, they're going to say, show him the video so he can watch it. You know, so it's like they know who does what online just based on your activity. I think that's the scary part that a lot of people are afraid of with a lot of these platforms, but they know us really well. They know what we like to do. They know our tendencies. They know what we bought online. They know what we've watched online. So because of that information, if you create your ads in a way where you want to target those people that are more likely to convert and buy from you or book an appointment from you, you can do that. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about lead generation. So this is more for like a services. Why lead generation? There's a number of challenges that businesses face when attempt to attract and collect sales leads. Tedious forms that cause a lot of high drop-off rate. I've seen that with a lot of websites where we have the QR codes, we're running ads on Facebook, Instagram, and what happens is people go to your website and maybe they don't know how to use it. Maybe your form on your website is not built correctly. Maybe it's not mobile friendly. There's a lot of fields to fill out. So it's, you know, and then also when you get to your website, there may be a lot of other information that kind of distracts them. Prospects tend to cool off without immediate reconnection. So lead generation provides efficient, customizable, and actionable solutions for centric marketing objective. So I'll kind of show you what a lead generation ad is. So if you're in the service industry, and we've done this for a plumber recently here, is you know, we had an ad, we did a video for him where he was showing people how he digs and, you know, he does a trench to, you know, to change somebody's piping. I'm not a plumber, so I don't know exactly what the video entailed, but he did just a video and talked about that. And in the video, he was clear and said, if you'd like to know more information about my services or you want to get a quote, click here. So he did that and he had success because this is exactly what a lead generation form looks like. So if you're looking at it, they see the in-feed ad in their TikTok, right? So it triggers a form. As soon as they click it, they're watching this TikTok video, but if they click it to get more information, it opens up this instant form. So what happens with this instant form is that TikTok already has their information. TikTok has their phone number, they have their email, they have their name. So what happens is that form is then pre-filled and then ask the user, okay, this is the information you're going to send to this customer. Are you good with that? And you say yes. And then you send it over to them and guess what? And then you get that straight to your mail inbox and now you have a lead. All right, so that's another way to, instead of sending people to your website, if you think your website's not built or equipped to convert people, this is a better way to do it. We have a lot of customers that have their websites, but you know, it's not equipped, it's not a high performing converting website, or they prefer to get people straight directly off the social media and get into their inbox, then this is a perfect way to approach. The reason why I like this approach too as well is because TikTok users tend to have a tendency where they don't want to leave the platform. They're watching these reels, reel after reel. They're watching these TikToks after TikToks, and they're swiping up, they're swiping down, and they're seeing all these different videos. So they don't want to leave the platform. So if you give them this ability, then not only do they stay on the platform, but then they also get information that they saw from your video. Let me get a second. Okay, so getting local results. I know we're all small business owners and we want to get local results. We want to get people that are locally to us. You could definitely do that. TikTok now leverages DMA targeting, which basically you can tell them exactly what users and what area you want to target. You can do impactful creative, reach customers and target market with tailored messages and offers. Facebook, Instagram offers something like this as well too, where they call it store traffic. It's basically you're running an advertisement with the video that you created. If you look to the left here, you can see how it says order now off this bakery. So she created a video and it's targeting people in her area. And then when they see this video, then they click on it and they can order directly from her. They can book an appointment from her, or she has a website they can buy directly from her. Again, this is just different things that you can do with TikTok. Again, the reason why I keep pushing the advertising is because I want you, the business owner, to maximize your ROI. It's cool and fun to post organically on TikTok. Again, that's a long-term play. You're going to be posting, you're going to be getting a lot of views. You may get some messages here and there. If you want to have immediate results, you probably will have to invest a little bit in advertising, and that's okay because whatever budget you have, TikTok can work with it. Again, and then there's also a new ability called Spark Ads on TikTok. Spark Ads allow you to promote videos from your organic content. So again, if you create an organic video and you see that it's getting a lot of views, you see people commenting, you see people sharing, you say, okay, how do I maximize that? you can maximize that by using a Spark ad. It's basically going to take the video that's going viral for you right now, and it's going to use that as an ad, right? So you don't have to go in there and create this creative, this awesome looking ad. It's basically going to take what you've already created and show it to the user. The Spark ads create a native look and feel. You want to combine the impact of an organic video and a boosted TikTok. You reach your targeted audience with the ads manager. You optimize your business objective, whether it's reach, video views, conversions, or installing an app. One of the things too is it's okay if your objective is just to get brand awareness, to get video views. That's 100% okay. I've had people say, hey, you know what? I just want people to watch my videos because I'm a party service provider. I'm a musician. Whatever it is, then they want that, and that's okay. If that's what you want, you can do that. You can achieve that fairly quickly. You just select that in your objective. Then you can measure your results at the end of your ads. Okay, so that's all I have for you. Again, I'll send this to you, and there's pixels, how to create your TikTok pixel to install it on your website, what kind of events you can do with TikTok ads. Again, the funnels, I'll send that over to you as well. And I did say I was going to talk a little bit about analytics, so here it is. So this is a percentage of TikTok users who are not on other platforms. So these are the users that have Facebook, but so you can look through as this 31% on Snapchat, 35% Facebook, 40%, Instagram, 61% are on, Twitter, Pinterest, and then you have a messaging app. So one thing that we did want to talk about is how TikTok stands out as a leading destination for inspiring shoppers. So you can see here, 67% of TikTok users were inspired to find out more about a product or brand based on a TikTok that they saw. 74% of TikTok users got help from a TikTok video that helped them decide what to buy. 66% were actually inspired to shop even when they weren't looking to do so. Again, people are accustomed to going on TikTok and being introduced to new brands, whether it's restaurants and services, whatever it is. And one thing that I've noticed with TikTok is that any industry can have success. It's just a matter of the content that you put together. So that is the last slide on TikTok. What I wanted to do though is I wanted to talk briefly, if we have time. It's 10:38. How are we doing? Are we okay on time, Luis? Can I go into the calendar?
You're good, Frank.
Okay, cool. So let me just, I'm gonna just look for the social media account that I said I was gonna share with you. And give me 1 second. While I get that, was there any questions that you may have had on that presentation?
No TikTok questions, anyone?
Hi. I don't have a question. I think that was a very thorough on strategy for doing the TikToks. I know for myself, I've wanted to learn. I have no problem filming, but I'm not really strong in editing. So I don't know if you had any feedback for how to actually put a 30 or minute video together.
Yeah, well, as far as video editing, I think if you're gonna do it, I would suggest you do it using CapCut. CapCut is a really cool app. It's free. It's for your phone, and it's for also for phone and for your computer. So when you use CapCut, CapCut actually has these templates that you can go in and basically you find the template, and the template's going to tell you, okay, we need 9 3-second videos. And then once you find the 9 3-second videos, then you can kind of, go off of that. You can just go in and, create your 9 videos, and then you upload it, and it creates all these motion. Everything you see on TikTok, oh, it's moving around, it's going fast paced. That's what it does for you. So, I mean, I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, I recommend CapCut. TikTok itself also has templates in there that you can use, but I find that CapCut has a lot of them. CapCut mixes in reels and things that are trending. So when you go in there, you can see all the different things that are trending. And I think that's definitely going to help a lot of you that want to create, because you can just run your phone and then you just dump it into CapCut, and CapCut makes all the transitions and everything else for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Let me bring this up. Was there another question?
For somebody who may not even have an account yet for their business, what are some kind of small, slow ways you feel like are a good way to kind of get into that space?
Honestly, I do just a brief introduction of the business, of who you are. Like, even if it's just 15 seconds, you could just, say something like, if it's me, if it's Frank's Tacos, I would say, hey, this is Frank, in the city of, Norwalk. We're open Monday through Friday, just something really quick. And you don't even have to be on camera maybe you can start on camera, but then you can just record your products. That tends to work really well because then people see about the product and they see what you're offering. So it kind of changes the whole dynamic. Okay, sorry. Sorry, I'm having a little bit trouble opening this thing up, but here we go.
You okay, Frank?
Yeah, no, we're good. Sorry. Okay. Yes, because I since I'm doing the English and Spanish, I could only find the Spanish version. Oh no, here we go. Exactly. Okay. Sorry, my computer's been lagging right now.
Liz, I know you do the social media for the rescue mission. Are you guys looking to get into TikTok, or do you guys already have an account?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have an account, but even aside from TikTok, I know like Reels have been more prominent on Instagram.
Right.
So yeah, I have been wanting to, I mean, I film things, I just don't know how to edit or like haven't really played around with it. But I know like short videos are more captivating than even like a well taken picture. So
Right.
I've definitely been wanting to learn how to edit short videos to highlight life at the mission, because we have a lot going on. We have different programs, and so not everybody has a chance to come by and tour the mission. So that's why I've wanted to learn how to do the short videos highlighting all our programs and just things that are happening so that people are more connected to what we're doing, even if they never get a chance to visit us in person.
Right. Our social media intern had also used our Canva account to create kind of these little videos and stuff too. So, it was nice because that way we had uploaded like stuff like our logos or, different things that we had in there. So she was able to use that also. So that might be a tool if you already have that.
Yeah, we have Canva. That's where we create a lot of our flyers. I didn't know they had a video capacity.
Yeah, and they have like reels or whatever, different things that like templates in there as well.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I found it, and
great.
Okay, great. So let me just go back to presenting my screen. So again, like I said, when you start off, you want to have definitely some goals in mind. And one of the biggest things that I tell people is to always research your competitors on social media. A lot of the times, I always keep an eye on what other brands, whether it be the LA Times, El Aviso, whoever it is, or a Hispanic agency, what they're doing. So you want to keep a calendar similar to the one you're seeing here. So this is very generic. So let's say, for instance, on Friday, if I decided I'm going to post about, I don't know, whatever, our party services, right? Because we have a party service section in our website. So I'll put that on there. So that's very generic, right? But that's just for you to know what you're going to post that day, and then you continue to do that. So Another thing too that I do is part of this, and I'll be sending this to you as well too, is keep track of your posts. So you want to have every day, if you're going to posting on Fridays, you're going to post that on there. You're going to post the date, the time, what kind of message, the link you're going to be sending to, what type of campaign it is, if it's a conversion campaign, if it's just general information campaign, if you're going to use an image, if you're going to use a video, then you can use that. And the second part of this is a strategic plan. So you want to kind of define what your mission is, what your vision is, what your ideal audience is, what your message is going to be across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media platform you decide to use. This is something that I give to people that are starting out in social media. Side note, I teach social media at a local community college here, and this is one of the plans that I give to them as a final project. So you want to define what your strength is. So if you've been in business for 35 years or 30 years, 15 years, 5, 10, whatever, how many years, you want to define that. I know somebody asked me, how do I get started? That's a perfect way to start, is if you've been in business 5, 10 years and you're saying, okay, I don't have that many followers. I'm starting off, I have 2 followers, right? So my wife and my son that are following me. That's fine. If you get on TikTok and you create a video and say, hey, we've been in business since 2013, it changes the vision of your business, because they're like, okay, they've been in business for a while. They just are new to TikTok. So that's a great way to define your strength. How you define your weakness. Your weakness is, hey, you just started on TikTok, and that's okay, but you're defining that. You're understanding that you're barely getting started. Then you want you want to do a competitive analysis on your customer. Again, if you're a makeup artist, don't go after these huge, okay, I'm going to compare myself to like Utla or whatever makeup brand that you want to, don't compare yourself to that. You want to take on the smaller person. How do you find those smaller people? By using hashtags. I didn't really touch on hashtags there, but if you want to target local users to watch your content, one of the biggest things you want to do is create hashtags that are locally based. How do you do that? Is if you're in San Fernando, let's say you're in Northridge and you're a makeup artist, use the hashtag Northridge makeup artist, Northridge makeup, that kind of thing. If you just use the general hashtag makeup, you're going to get more views, but you're going to get views from everywhere. You're going to get views from international views from different parts of the country that you don't want. You want to weed those out. People search on TikTok locally. They go in, they type in Northridge makeup artist. They're looking for you. How are they going to find you? If you're using the hashtag, that's how you do it. Again, then you go through and you say, where does my company have an edge over that other company? Your company does have an edge. You just have to kind of figure that out. You've been in business longer than them, that's an edge. If you have a business, a physical business, that's already an edge too. A lot of these businesses are only run out of homes. So again, you just have to list that yourself too. What are your potential roadblocks, your benefits, what's your objectives, how do you plan on growing them, and what are your goals? What do you want to grow on Instagram? What do you want to do? And I'll share this with you as well too. And I have another document that I'll share with you that I go to my class where I actually give you 12 different type of TikToks that you can create. This works for Instagram too. Just to give you an idea, one of them could be an introduction of yourself. We talked about that already. A second one could be you packing your products. If you're just packing your products, you're shipping your products out, that's a great video. You're just walking around your office or you're going to a job, that's a great video. Another thing to do is if you're talking to a customer, great testimonial, that's another type of video. If somebody leaves a comment or a review, snapshot that, put it on TikTok, add some music, that's another video. Going to a chamber event, if you're out and about in the community, that's another video. And also don't be afraid to mix in, share a meme or share, trending audio or trending music, because it's okay now. It's accepted, to be honest. If you're sharing a meme that's relatable to your business or industry, if we're just sharing something, what we like to do on our brand, if it's Friday, we're like, hey, it's Friday, and we have like a little guy dancing or a meme of a guy dancing, that's okay, because the audience feels the same way. They feel like, hey, it's Friday, we're happy, and you're not necessarily so much pushy about your business and telling them, hey, call me, it's Friday, I need your business. It's okay to share a meme. There's actually been college courses developed on meme strategies because it's become so successful for businesses and for influencers. Sometimes memes are shared millions and millions of times over and over, and that's okay to do. It's okay to share other people's content too as well. If you're in a makeup artist and you want to share a makeup artist from Texas, and she's giving out good tips, that's okay as well too. We do that as well. If there's somebody sharing some digital marketing tips and they're from a different country or a different state, but it's relevant to our audience, we do that too as well, because it helps us tap into that influencer's network because the influencer may share our story back, or he may follow us and we tap into his network as well too. There's a lot of different strategies you can do like that. Again, I'll send that with you along with this content calendar. The reason why I think it's very important for you to have a content calendar is because a lot of the times people, when they start on social media, they just start day to day, and that's okay, but you want to have a more refined strategy so that way you know what's going on. You can post about holidays. For instance, right now we're 2 weeks away from Memorial Day. If you're in the party services industry, or if you're going to be closed, so you already have prepared, right? In 2 weeks to say, okay, we're going to post about Memorial Day. We're not going to be posting that much. Or, you know, whatever you want to post and do, you can do that. It just gives you a guide too as well. And it also gives you a guide because ultimately you as a business owner, you may want to start this up. You may not want to start this up. But if you do start this up and you realize, okay, hey, this is working so far for me, I'm going to hand this off to an agency. You can literally give them this calendar and say, hey, this is what I did my first few months. Can you just follow that? And that's going to help them out tremendously, because a lot of the times you hire an agency, or you hire a friend, or you hire your cousin's boyfriend to do this for you, and he's looking for ideas. He's like, okay, what do you want me to post? And if you don't tell them what to post, then he's just going to post whatever. It may not line up with what your brand strategy is. So that's why it's very important for you to have a content calendar. Like I said, social media has taken on a different approach the last 5 years, where it's more analytics. It's more being aligned with your goals. And it's more of you using analytics to align your goals with what you're doing on social media. So again, you know, I may or may not have went over time, and I hope this information helps you. And I hope to see you at another presentation. I hope to see you at a San Fernando Valley event soon. Again, thank you. Thank you, Luis and Fumi, for the time. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I will be emailing over the presentation. I will be emailing over this content calendar. And I do have that content calendar idea with 12 different TikToks and or Reels. And you know, 2 tips I'll give you guys that aren't TikTok related that you should take advantage of right now is Facebook Reels. Facebook Reels is huge right now. Yes, Facebook has Reels. If you share them on Instagram, connect your Facebook to them. Facebook Reels right now is killing everybody else with their Reels, because there's so many more users on Facebook. If you post on Facebook, your Reel will get seen by up to 84% of the people that follow you. If you're a business page, the reason why is because Facebook sees they're losing their grasp on social media. Remember, yes, TikTok is fancy. It's the new shiny toy. Like somebody said, they may not be around longer. Guess who's still king of the hill? It's Facebook. They have double the users that Instagram has, and they have almost triple the users that TikTok has. Do not be blinded by what's going on. So definitely, if you're creating Reels or creating this video content, share it everywhere. Share it on Reels, share it on Facebook Reels, and obviously share it on your TikTok too as well. And second, again, not TikTok related, if you haven't claimed your Google business profile page, do so, especially if you're in the service industry, if you're a plumber, if you are a, I don't know, dentist, whatever it is. If you're one of those businesses that has, you know, somebody needs you right away. Like if I'm at home and I wake up and my face is swollen and I need a dentist, I'm going to go into Google and I'm going to type in dentist near me, right? If you haven't claimed your Google business profile page, it's free. If you optimize it right, you will get found first. So in that little section where you search right now, you pull out your phone, you search tacos near me. Those 3 people that pop up first aren't paying Google a dime. You can do it too. Just claim your business. You will probably need to show your business license if you are one of these service providers, like a plumber, like a dentist, like a doctor, like an optometrist. But if you have that, you show that to them and your business will be there. You optimize it, you get a few reviews, upload some pictures. It works similar to social media, or if you post once a week on your Google business profile, you will get found. So again, thank you for listening to TikTok. And remember, Facebook, Reels, and Google business profile. Take care of that and you will have success.